has not been discovered, that is unknown, that has been kept a secret, a mystery, you see. And that was one of the revelations, that God was going to seal up these 12 tribes and bring them back to the fold, brothers and sisters. Just keep that revelation in mind. So, one question is today, who are you and what tribe do you come from? Are you part of these 12 tribes? Although it's more than 12 tribes, brothers and sisters, throughout this world. But this was the foundation that our Father Yahweh chose 12 tribes out of this nation. And these tribes came from the nation of Israel, the people of Israel, which sit north of Africa, or Mitzrayim. That's what they call it in the Bible. Or my Kemetic brothers, or Kemet, the land of the black people. And they try to split the lands up today and call it the Middle East and Israel and all this, and make a separation when it was all one landmass. You had the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, the northern dynasty and the southern dynasty, brothers and sisters. Just like you got North America and South America. So Israel sat right at the top of the land of what they would call Africa or Egypt. Because the people know that whoever ruled Jerusalem or Israel ruled the world. That's why all the men fight over that little tiny piece of land that our forefathers left for us to inherit. But strangers have come in and taken over the land, and that's why it's wars and bloodsheds and bombs after bombs in the land. You see, the world won't have no peace until the peacemakers who are in control and who have the right of the land come back in the land and bring the peace back. But until then, my father said he's going to continue this place. And that's why I'm out here today blowing my trumpet loud, because my father said it's time. Our Father says it's time. Your God says it's time. So, let us go to Revelation chapter 7 real quick. Revelation chapter 7. We're going to just look at that real quick because I want to open up in Psalms today. Because this is all about getting it, for you to know what's in your Bible. Because a lot of my brothers and sisters don't read the Bible, but they want to do all these debates. They want to talk against this Bible. They want to talk against the truth. See, our brothers and sisters that are wide awake and conscious about this book, this is not some type of religious book, some old Holy Ghost sanctified book. This is a historical book. This is a book of history. This is a book of heritage. This is a book of promises. This is a book of prophecies, things that was written and spoken long time ago by our ancestors and was written down for us to understand today. And one of the tricks that the enemies of us did was to translate this book in a way where we wouldn't understand it, to add and take away certain things out of this book so we wouldn't understand it or comprehend. That's why our Father said in the last days he would pour his spirit out upon us. He would teach us his word. He would lead and guide us through his understanding. See, he would raise up shepherds who he would feed his true word, and they would teach the people here in these last days. And that's what we're here doing. You can't bribe us not to tell the truth. You can't buy us out, the true worshipers, the chosen ones. You can't pay us to shut up when our Father told us to speak. See? But when we look at chapter 7, we're going to see that our Father Yahweh made a real specific choice or who he chose. And I know y'all got y'all religions and things that y'all caught up into emotionally. But the book say the truth is what's going to set us free. Not no religion, but the truth. See? Read. And after these things I saw four angels or messengers standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. So here it is. This is the picture of four angels or messengers, or four angels standing on the four corners of the earth. That's from the north to the south to the east to the west, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on the trees. And I saw another angel standing on the east, having the seal. Notice that the seal of the living God Yahweh. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels or messengers. That's another thing. When you look up that word angel, the word angel is translated as messenger, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. See, stop right there. See, they're going to destroy this earth from the north to the south to the east to the west. But before they do that, he says, hold up, wait a minute, let me seal up. Who? The servants of our God in their foreheads. Meaning, let me put this word in their mind. Let me seal this name up in their mind. Let me seal them with the truth up in their mind, in their foreheads. Let me put a seal on it so that they know. Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. Listen now, very careful.
See them trolls coming out.
And there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Stop right there. Now that's the revelation for you. That's the kicker. Because your pastor gonna make you think that this is the Christians that's being sealed up. But this is saying, I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of the tribes of Israel. Not of the tribes of Christianity, not of the tribes of Hinduism, not of the tribes of Islam, not of the tribes of Buddhism, not of the tribes of Yogaism or whatever kind of ism or schism or Judaism, whatever y'all religion says out there. It needs to be talking about this. Where are these tribes? Who are these tribes? Because they were scattered out over there in Genesis. Genesis 49 told us what was going to happen to these 12 tribes. In the beginning, they was going to be scattered out throughout the land and going from one nation to another nation and becoming slaves and losing their names and their heritage, brothers and sisters. See? And I heard the number of them which were sealed. So who going to be sealed? These 12 tribes. Why are they going to be sealed? Because ain't nothing going to be able to destroy them or hurt them when all this stuff is going down. Read. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were 12,000. Judah is the so-called black man of America, brothers and sisters. They carried us out of North Africa. Certain other parts of Africa we had was carried down into. They carried us down into Babylon. We went into some of everywhere into captivity. And our last captivity was here in the hills of North America, when they brought us over here and chained us and hung us from trees, burned us on the stake. That's us, the tribe of Judah. This the same tribe that the man you call Jesus, Yahshua, he was from the tribe of Judah. You see? And it goes all the way down Reuben, Gad, Asher. You got the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans. Because in all the Jamaicans dropping everybody off on these islands and um, the 13 colonies when they colonized the Americas, bringing us in Port Charlotte, huh? Jamestown, huh? Y'all better do y'all research because these 12 tribes are here in America, here in the United States. Here, we here, brothers and sisters. And you just look around. You got Issachar, the tribe of Issachar, where the Mexicans. I know this was in here. I'm going to read this again. And I heard the number of them that were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. After this I looked, and a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb of Yahweh, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God Yahweh, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Praise Yahweh. Stop right there. I'm going to stop right there, brothers and sisters. Did you know this was in here? See, this is a great multitude of tribes, of people, and of tongues, who's standing in all white clothes with white robes, brothers and sisters. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. So, I just wanted to show you, hey, these 12 tribes are here. And it was hidden and kept from our knowledge that we would not know who we were. It was prophesied that our names would be cut off from going into captivity. We wouldn't know who we were. We didn't know which tribe we was from. We just knew we was African American or black or colored or Mexican or Puerto Rican or Haitian or Jamaican. We could not connect the dots to who we are by these tribes because we were a people who went into slavery. We were a people who were oppressed, who had our lands taken away from us, who had to fight for our rights, who was denied rights as a human being to serve their creator and do what every other nationality on this planet Earth gets to do. And the reason for that is because we have broke the laws of our Father, who is Yahweh. We broke his covenant. We strayed away from his word. We followed other gods. And we blasphemed his name. And he's a jealous God. And he wrote everything down in this book and allowed his prophets to write down the prophecies and things that was going to come to pass. So they wrote it down in the book and sealed it up to the time of the end. Praise Yahweh. Did you know that was in there, brothers and sisters? Matter of fact, let us go to the book of Daniel. I'm sorry, we're going to get to Psalms. Because it's just so much in here that you did not know. If you don't know how to read or understand this book, the Bible is a compass to help you find your way out. A lot of people don't understand how to read the Bible because they think it's a book of just stories. They think it's just a book of just praying to Jesus. They think it's just a book where you could just go get one or two scriptures off and pray and use them when you just feel like it. But this book is a book of prophecies. Things that was written down long time before any of us was even born. Things that was going to happen and that was going to come to pass. And now when you open it up and looking at it in your day and time and go back and research and see has this happened or not, that's another thing. In order, see, a person can't say the Bible, man, what that Bible is, the right man wrote that Bible been copied so many times and this and that. Okay, did you ever look in there and research to see if what it's saying in there is true? Because we know they have tried to tamper with the truth. Of course, they're going to try to hide the truth, but it's in there. He ain't tell you if you seek, you shall find for a reason. He ain't say, I am the door, the way, the truth, and the light for no reason. He said, any man that follow me, you're going to enter into this rest. You're going to find the truth. Let us read Daniel chapter 12, verse 9. No, I take that back. Let us read from 12 and 8 to 9. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand. Praise Yahweh. Did you hear that? I'm going to read that again. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? He's saying, man, what's going to be the end of these things? I don't understand none of this stuff that you're trying to show me. And he said, don't worry about it. Go your way, Daniel. For the words are closed up. Meaning these words in here, they closed up. You don't understand them now. They sealed or kept secret to the time of the end. The translation say kept secret. But in the verse it says sealed to the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made clean and tried. Meaning many shall be changed and purified and put back on the righteous path and made clean again. But the wicked shall do wickedly. But the people that's wicked, they're going to get more wickeder and wickeder. And none of the wicked shall understand. The wicked ain't going to understand what's going on. They too wicked. They thinking about too much wicked. The only thing they understand is wickedness. How to go plot, how to go scheme, how to go rob, how to go kill, how to go steal, how to go destroy. Huh? How to go loot, how to go plunder. Huh? How to go sleep with another man's wife or another woman's husband. And none of the wicked shall understand. Why? Because the wicked ain't trying to study this. They studying how to be a criminal. They stay so busy studying how to be wicked. How to keep doing wicked. That's the only thing on their mind. And none of the wicked shall understand this. You don't understand what I'm doing and saying now. That's fuck if you wicked. Praise Yahweh. But the wise shall understand. See? The wicked ain't going to understand this, brothers and sisters. Jump down to verse 12. Blessed is he that waited and come to the 1,305 and 30 days, but go your way till the end be, for you shall rest and stand in thy lot at the end of thy days. See, this was way back then when Yahweh gave Daniel a vision what was going to happen in the future. She said, I can understand this, what you're trying to show me now, Father. But don't worry about it, Daniel. Go on ahead and the words are sealed. And when something is sealed, he said the word is sealed. For the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. Ask anybody what time of day they think we might be living in. If you had to do a calculation on where we at in day and time, if we was in biblical times, do you think it's the beginning or the end? Or the last days? They all, man, yo, we living in the last days, man. Let us go look up the word sealed. Because he said these words are sealed and closed. That's why you don't understand this Bible. Because it's closed and sealed. Although they open, you're looking at the words on the page. But to your mind, to your consciousness, to your understanding, these words are sealed and closed. Your preacher man can't even deliver this message because they closed. He preaching a vain sermon to you. He can only just keep you inspired. Keep you inspired. Keep giving you hope until the truth get here. That's all his job do. Is therefore keep hope alive until the truth get here. Now the truth is here. This truth will be hitting churches. They ain't got no other choice but to teach the truth. Because the books are open. They're not sealed anymore. It's not closed. The interpretation is not closed anymore. Let us look up the definition. First, let us look up. Because it says, and he said, go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. So let's go look up the word closed. Because that's what these words is to your mind, to your mentality, to your consciousness, to your understanding. That's why the Bible is hard for you to read. That's why you get bored. That's why your attention span is short when it comes down to this. But praise Yahweh. He loves you. He wants you to know. Because this is the time. So, the definition of closed, that's what I said we was looking up, right? Bear with me one moment. Closed. And the word close is closed or closing or closer or closest. That is to put something fastened for the purpose in a position to obstruct an entrance opening. Shut. To stop or obstruct the entrance of. See, these words are closed to your mind to stop the truth from entering your mind. To block or hinder passage across or access to. To stop or obstruct the entrance of the mind. There you go. To make imperceptive or inaccessible. To close one's mind to the opposite opinion. See, this is what they try to do. This is what's going on. Your mind is closed to the true truth. But when the time of the end comes, many will, what it said, many shall be purified and made and tried and made clean, but the wicked shall do more wickedly, but the wise shall understand. See? Why? Matter of fact, let us go back to Daniel chapter 12. Let us start from the top at verse 1. It says, and at that time, notice we're dealing with time. What time? The time of the end. Shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. See, now that we're coming back, knowing that we are the children of Israel, the nation of Israel, huh? Because we was cut off as a nation. We went into slavery as a nation. Our whole tribes was taken into captivity and sent out to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. And it says here, and then there shall be a time of trouble such as since never there was, since the nation even at that same time. At that time thy people shall be delivered. See, this is the time, brothers and sisters, we waking up, we coming into our knowledge and our inheritance of who we are, knowing that we were a great people, knowing that our names and our heritages are in this Bible. All these promises was written to our ancestors are in this Bible. See, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Praise Yahweh. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame, and some to everlasting contempt. Praise Yahweh. See, many of them that sleep in the dust, a lot of y'all sleep out here. And when I say sleep, I ain't talking about somewhere laying down on the couch, on the beach somewhere, in the bed, I'm not talking about that sleep. He's not talking about that sleep. He's talking about unconsciousness. That's what you're doing. You unconscious. You sleep to the fact that you Israel. You sleep to the fact that you're a king or a queen. You sleep to the fact that your nation is in North Africa. And I don't like to use the word Africa because the word Africa came from Africanus, a European who decided to name himself Africanus after that land. You're conquerors. And America is named after Amerigos Vespucci. Oh, you can Google all this stuff up. See, that's the problem. Y'all study everything else. You're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. I mean, instigating gram. I call it instigate because that's where everybody go when they want to instigate and be nosy. And you have the tools to look and do research, but you're researching other stuff. You're looking at porno. You're looking at flicks. You're looking at trying to see if this woman thick. You're trying to look at cars. You're trying to look at your eye, nails, and all this other foolishness that you're looking for and researching. Trying to serve the lower self, that lower appetite. It's time to wake up, brothers and sisters. Stop catering to your flesh and cater to your spirit. The spirit man is dead. And he said, now arise and wake up, you sleep people. So let us go look at the word seal real quick. Because I want to go hit that word sleep. Because a lot of my people sleep out there. That's why you can't understand this book. And if you sleep, you cannot be reading. You can't possibly see. Use sleep as an analogy. If you sleep, say a person sleep, I'm going to say you spiritually sleep. But if you physically sleep and your eyes are closed and you have a book in front of you, you can't see what's in front of you because you sleep. And that's the way it is today with your spiritual eyes. You are asleep. And if you are asleep, you can't see what's in front of you. You can't see these spiritual words that's coming off of this page. You thinking it's saying one thing and it's telling you something else. You thinking he talking about a sheep for real out there in the pasture when he's trying to strive his people. And then if you look at a sheep is innocent. What else? What's another thing about a sheep? What's on a sheep? Wool, woolly hair. Well, his people have woolly hair. When you go to the book of Revelation, it said the Son of Man had hair like wool. That's woolly hair. That's woolly sheep. That's like my hair. Praise Yahweh. It's time to wake up, brothers and sisters. I know you've been getting that good sleep. It's time to wake up and rise. Take a look at this word seal. Okay. Bear with me. Okay? The word seal says to secure the flap of an envelope, something that keeps a thing secret. A seal is something that keeps something a secret. See, brothers and sisters? And we'll have to go look up some synonyms for seal too. Because when something is sealed, it is kept a secret, or something that is hid. When you go look up secrets, that's what Yahweh is going to be revealing here in these last days. All the secrets that they've been trying to keep from us. And then Yahshua said there is nothing done in secret that won't be brought to the light. There is nothing hid that won't be uncovered. See? So he said, seal this book up until the time of the end. And back here to Daniel chapter 12, what we were just reading off, it said, such as never since there was a nation, even to the same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. There you go, right there. Where they sleeping at? In the dust of the earth. Not in the ground, in the graveyard. See, that's where y'all get throwed off at. Because it said, many of them that slept in the dust shall awake. You thinking you finna come up out of the graveyard, out of the dusty ground. No. You walking down here on this earth, on this dusty ground. You gonna wake up here in this earth. Let us go look up the word sleep. Did you know this was in the Bible, brothers and sisters? Do you know what the Bible say before you put it away? That's the name of this message. I knew it was gonna come. Do you know what the Bible say before you throw it away? Because a lot of y'all don't know what it say, and you trying to throw it away. Because you let the devil send his little agents up to you. Or, man, the white man wrote that Bible. That Bible done been changed so many times, man. And, man, everything came out of Egypt, man. I don't believe nothing that Bible say. You a fool.
Yeah, Hebrew Israelite.
Because some of your leaders that you learning and studying from believe in this Bible. They may not follow the Bible, but they believe the Bible. They know what the Bible say. They know the Bible can prove historical facts. Huh? You want to talk about Egypt? Go to the Bible. Egypt all in the Bible. You don't want to read about Egypt? Look in the Bible. Where is your books at? Where is your teachings at? Where is your moral code at? Where is your ethics at? Everybody that want to put the Bible down, huh? I end up seeing why. Because you don't want to have no standards. You don't want to have nothing to follow behind. You don't have no guidelines. Most of my people that put the Bible down, you believe you can sleep with another man's wife. You believe it's okay to treat your neighbors any kind of way. You believe you can eat whatever you want to eat. You can believe you don't have nothing sovereign or supreme over you. You can't govern yourself. You don't know how to govern yourself. That's why the world the way it is now, because you don't know how to govern yourself. And don't blame it on nobody else, because it's all within you. It's all within you. So we ain't trying to hear that excuse no more. You want to put it down because you don't know what to say. Matter of fact, it's talking about you. Sleep. Let us look up this word sleep. And I know you don't like it, but that's good, because nobody like to take medicine when it's time for them to get well. See? This is the antidote. This is the spirit of truth. Yahweh ben Yahweh came to reconcile us back to this truth. He came and brought us back into the name of the Creator, Yahweh. They ain't teaching y'all the name of the Creator in your public schools. They They ain't teaching you the name of the Creator in your churches, in your synagogues, in your mosques. They ain't teaching you Judah, what tribe you from, Ephraim, huh? They ain't talking about the 12 tribes. They turning your mind in another direction, opposite away from the truth that is written in this Bible. And because they know you don't study, and only a few will choose to study. That's why I say many are called to do this and study. But you refuse to do this. Why? Because you sleep. You unconscious. So, we're going to get us a little insight on the word sleep. Because it say many of them slept. And many of them shall awake out of their sleep. But you think this something, I'm talking about somebody laying down, you know, on the couch. Read. To take the response or rest afforded by a suspension of the voluntary exercise of the bodily functions and natural suspensions, completely or partial, of consciousness. There you go. Remember the word consciousness now. Sleep and consciousness is synonymous. You either conscious or you're unconscious. You either sleep or you're awake. Awake means to be conscious. To be unconscious is to be asleep. So cease from being awake. See, when you cease from being awake, that means you're unconscious. Praise Yahweh. To assume at night a state similar to sleep of animals. To be dormant or quiescent or inactive as for faculties. To be careless or on alert. Stop right there. See, a lot of my brothers out there dormant. They just dormant. You like a dead doorknob. You don't observe no knowledge. You don't observe no truth. You don't observe nothing that's substantial. Nothing that's valuable. You want to talk about girls all day, females. You want to talk about the new shoes that's coming out. You want to talk about the new rims that just came out. Huh? Sisters. You want to talk about the new set of nails that's out. Huh? The new hairstyle that just came out. The new makeup. Huh? Or whatever it is that you catering to, you dormant to the truth. You sleep on the truth. You sleep on this word. You inactive when it come down to this. You sleep. Remember, you sleep. When somebody sleep in the house, that mean they resting. They ain't doing nothing active. They like a dead man, resting. Well, that's how you are in the spirit realm. You sleep. You unconscious of what's going on. You worried about what's coming on TV. You worrying about who gonna be on when the awards coming on. When the fair is. Huh? What club just opened up? Where are the females or where are the fellas gonna be hanging at? Who got in the fight at the school? You is inactive when it comes to this. To be careless. You don't care nothing about this. You could care less. That's what careless means. You could care less about what I'm talking about right now. You probably rolling your eyes and grinding your teeth right now. Oh, what he think he talking about? I'm tired of hearing him talk this talk. Well, this is the talk of the day, sister, brother, grandma, auntie, friend, uncle. See, thus says the Lord told me to come say these words. He told me to wake you up out your sleep from being dormant and inactive to be careless or on alert. You was on alert. You on alert about the end times. You on alert about what's in this Bible. Huh? It's time for you to be alert. To be on the lookout. See? To be expecting something. To be aware. You can't be aware of nothing if you sleep. If you're in the house sleep, your house liable to burn up because you knocked out on the couch. And that's what's going on with this world. It's burning up right now. And you sleep in it. And that's the whole reason why the world burning up, because we sleep around here. That's why your neighborhood is going to ruin, because you sleep. That's why your kids running off out into the streets, because we were asleep. That's why Satan running your household, because you sleep. It says to be careless or unalert. Allow one's alertness, vigilance, and attentiveness to lie dormant. See? Brothers and sisters, wake up. You don't know what's in this Bible. The Bible says you sleep out there. He's saying awake. He said many of them will awake. See? Many of them will awake. That means a lot of people gonna wake up out of this sleep, this spiritual death. Back to Daniel chapter 12, verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. You better hope when you wake up and get this truth, if you wake up, you better hope some of the many of them that wake up, and not some of the ones that's going to wake up in shame or everlasting contempt. You're going to feel ashamed when my Father Yahweh sent all his servants and prophets and ministers and people to you to try to talk to you and put you on the path and give you something righteous, but you shunned them, you rejected them, you closed your ears, you turned your head, you closed your eyes to this truth. You turned over and went back to sleep to this truth. Huh? You're going to wake up in some shame, some to everlasting shame and contempt. And they that be wise or teachers shall shine as brightness of the heavens. And they that turn away many to righteousness as the stars of heaven forever. He say, and they that be wise or teachers shall shine as the brightness. That's why he said it's our time to shine. Because we once were a people. God said he going to use the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Meaning, what you thought was stupid in your eyesight, it turned out to be marvelous. What you thought was foolish in your eyesight, it turned out to be a great thing. See, these same people you see sleep, some of them drug addicts, some of them crackheads, some of them dope dealers, some of them prostitutes, huh? Some of them thieves, some of them robbers, some of them pedophiles, huh? Some of them crooks, some of them killers. They're going to be changed. They're going to be turned. They're going to be awakened. Let us go look at the word awake. Because he said those that sleep going to wake. So those that was unconscious going to become conscious. Praise Yahweh. I was one of the ones that was asleep, that was unconscious, that was inactive, that was dormant. Huh? Praise Yahweh. But now I'm alive. Now I'm whole. Now I feel good. Now I'm resurrected. Now I done came out of the grave of my foolishness. Let's go to the word awake. Because in the beginning was the word and the word was God. You got to look words up because these words lead somewhere. They take you back somewhere. Awake. The word awake is to wake up, to rouse from sleep, to rouse to action, to become active, to come or bring to an awareness, become cognizant, waken, not sleeping, vigilant, alert, to awake. Awakening. A lot of y'all going through an awakening right now. This is an awakening process, brothers and sisters. I'm rousing you up. I'm waking you up. I'm agitating your mind. I'm germinating your mind. I'm shocking your mind. I'm pumping life back into your mind. I'm penetrating your mind. I'm electrifying your mind. Praise Yahweh. Awakening, rousing, quickening. This is the quickening. An act of awakening from sleep. This is an act of awakening from sleep. I'm here to wake your behind up. Get up. A revival of interest or attention. This is a revival to make you have interest in the word of Yahweh, to make you have interest in the Bible again. So some of y'all done lost interest in it. You grew up in the word, you had a little piece of the word, but you done lost interest in it. Why? Because you dead, you sleep, you unconscious. And ever since you put the word down, you just went back into a deep sleep, back into the grave. Because the words of this book rejuvenate you. But the devil done told you that's the white man's book. Well, in this book, it told me that my ancestors will go through a period of 400 years of slavery in a land that is not theirs. The white man ain't write that in there. He don't want me to know that. You want to tell me this is book? If it's the white man book, he told me that the Son of God was a black man. It's written in there, in the book of Revelation. He had hair like wood and feet like bronze. Bronze is like copper. It's a brownish color. So I don't want to hear that excuse, brothers and sisters. You ain't reading, you ain't studying, you don't know how to read the Bible. Remember, these words are sealed up until you study and admit and come into the truth. The Bible said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You might have knowledge, but what knowledge? You don't have the knowledge of Yahweh. You don't have the knowledge of your people. You don't have the knowledge of the truth. Praise Yahweh. A revival of interest or attention. Listen, a revival is something that you bring back together. I'm trying to bring you back to this book, back to the interest of. Look at it again. Give it a second chance. I know you ain't understand it as a child. The Bible said when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I understand and threw away childish ways. See, as a child, you understand the Bible with one concept, or the concept that they want to give you as a child. But when you grow up and you understand what the Bible is really saying, who it's talking to, who God said he gonna punish, why he was punishing that people, why he blessed this people, why he did this and why he did that, it help you understand. The Bible saying ain't nothing new under the sun. And one of the whole issues is man is without law. Man is without moral law. Man is without ethics. You see? Man have broken the moral code. Man don't respect the laws of nature. Man don't respect the laws of humans. Man don't respect the laws and the animals, the birds, the bees, the trees, nothing. So, we're suffering, brothers and sisters, and now it's time to wake up. Praise Yahweh. So I just wanted to hit that because the book said some of y'all gonna wake up to the everlasting shame and contempt. But the wise, but the teachers, they gonna shine like the light. Let's read verse 4. But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the ends. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Stop right there. So, that's where I'm going to stop at right there. So, brothers and sisters, do you really know what's in this Bible? Because I don't think you know. The book tell me you don't know. The book tell me why we losing as a nation, as a people. I'm going to hit one more scripture before I go to the book of Psalms, where I wanted to open out in the beginning. But see, this is the word of Yahweh. When the word want to have his way, I got to go where the word want me to go. And I got to be patient. You got to be patient with the word. That's another thing. People ain't patient with the word. And that's one of the fruits of the Spirit, to be patient. Patience is a virtue. We having a conversation here. I got to hear out what my father trying to say. So, let's go to Hosea 4:6. Hosea 4:6. Nothing but the word here. Everybody all right? This all you getting is the word, brothers and sisters. I know you want to debate. I know you want to cause some type of division or chaotic problem. But this all you finna get, the word. I ain't here to argue or get nobody to believe nothing. If I can get you to do anything, is research. That's what I want you to do. Don't be looking at me like I'm crazy. Go do your research. Hosea 4:6. And the Lord Yahweh, hold up, wait a minute. Hosea 4, that's Jonah 4:6. I'm sorry. We gotta go to Hosea 4:6. Hosea 4:6. Damn. Read. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. See, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because you has rejected knowledge. First of all, he's showing you why you being destroyed out here in these streets. Out here in the world, out here in society. Because you are being destroyed for lack of knowledge. Why? Because you has rejected knowledge. See, you being destroyed for the lack of the knowledge. You lacking knowledge of everything. And one of the reasons you lacking knowledge is because you sleep. You're not awake. You're not conscious. You're not aware. You're not alert. You're dormant, remember? You're inactive, remember? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because you has rejected of knowledge. See, you want to reject this knowledge. When a man of Yahweh come to you and bring you and point you in the direction you should go, you want to reject that knowledge and go listen and do what everybody else say do. But see, this man is the man that came and put you back on the righteous path. You going to listen to somebody, yeah, they might have knowledge, but they ain't righteous. Look at them. They breaking every law in this Bible. See, you want to reject the knowledge of a righteous man, a servant of Yahweh, the one who come to give you the truth, lead you back into the way where you should go. See, you reject his knowledge. You'll go listen to your doctor before you listen to a man of God. You'll go believe what your pharmacist tell you before you listen to a man of God. You'll go listen to your school teacher. Now, if they're a woman or a man of God, now, shit, all praises be to the Most High. I commend them on doing their godly work. But if you go into these worldly teachers, these worldly doctors, these worldly institutions for answers and things, and rejecting the knowledge that's coming from Yahweh's servant, you deserve what you get. Praise Yahweh. Why? Because that's why he said you're being destroyed. My people are being destroyed for the lack of knowledge of Yahweh and his truth. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you, that you shall be no priest to me. Seeing that you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your children. That's why our children are being forgotten about. But that's why they ending up in prison. That's why they turning out homosexual or lesbian. Huh? Yeah, that's right. I ain't scared to say it. That's why. That's why they ending up in gangs. That's why they don't care nothing about the word. That's why they don't have no respect for you no more. That's why they cussing you out. That's why they done took over your house. That's why they oppress you on a daily basis. You can't even do nothing with them no more. Why? Because you reject the knowledge of God. He said, train your child up in the way he shall go, and he shall never depart. He said, spare the rod, spare the child. But you don't let the government come in and tell you how to raise your children now. See, you don't want to even chastise your son and daughter out in public because you scared about what somebody else gonna say. That's why Yahweh say he gonna forget about your children. You forgot about my word and rejected my knowledge. I'ma also reject you and I'ma reject your children. And that have came to pass. That's what's going on today, brothers and sisters. That's why the dropout rate high. That's why the teen pregnancy was at an all-time high. Huh? That's why the killing of parents were at an all-time high. Dropout rates, incarcerations, all that. I'm gonna forget about your children. Turn on the television. 5 just arrested, raped the girl. Boy just shot in the back. 17 years old. Over here, dude just got raped by his teacher. See, all your children. Praise Yahweh. So don't get mad at the messenger. Get the message. Wake up, Israel. You missing the whole point. Yeah, you missing the whole point. You missing the whole point. Do you know your Bible? Do you know what's in the Bible? Do you know what the Bible say before you throw it away? That's the topic. Do you know what the Bible say before you throw it away? Jump up to verse 4. We're still in Hosea chapter 4. Jump up to verse 1. We're going to read verse 1 and 2. No, we're going to read down to verse 4. Read. Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. See? Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord Yahweh have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. Stop right there. See, that's the whole reason why he having a controversy with the people of the land. And first of all, he wants you to hear this, Israel. Remember we read when we first started out in Revelation concerning Israel, the Israelites, the 12 tribes. And now we right here in verse 1, chapter 4, and he's saying, hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. This is who he want to hear this. Now, if you don't know you a child of Israel, or you from Israel, you feel like, oh, they ain't talking to me. I ain't Israel. That ain't me. I ain't from there. He talking about the Jewish people. That's where your mind at, because you don't know what's in this Bible. You don't know the promises and the things that's concerning Israel. You don't know you Israel. You don't know that they cut the information off from us, or the knowledge off from us of us knowing that we Israel. Let's hold this real quick and go to where I'm talking about. Do you know what the Bible says before you throw it away? Praise Yahweh. So let's take a look at Psalms 83. Because remember, this name Israel, this people Israel, these God's chosen people. Not that he hate and despise everybody else. But Israel, this was his own special treasures. The apple of his eye. The lot of his inheritance. The people who he knew. The people he created for himself. That's us. He said in the last days we will be praising him and calling him by his name, Yahweh. It's written all in the book. Let us read Psalms 83 concerning Israel. Keep not silent, O God, Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a uproar, and they that hate you have lifted up their heads. They have said, they have taken crafty counsels against your people, see, against God's people, and consulted together against your hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They united as one nation. They are confederate against you. Stop right there, brothers and sisters. Y'all know when we came here, we had a group of people confederate against us. They even got a Confederate flag to show you who they are. And here in the Bible, it said they were confederate against you and your people. They called us colors when we got here. They called us monkeys, niggas, Afro-Americans, African-Americans, whatever they wanted to call us besides the people of God, the children of Israel, because they know who we were. That's why they always hated us and did what they did to us. They knew who we were. But you don't know that. Remember, you sleep. You unconscious to the fact that you Israel. You unconscious to the fact that your name has been cut off. And you got slave names. Now, we're in the month of February, and they say this Black History Month. But this is Hebrew History Month. This is Israelite History Month. This is going to be the month where you learn that you're an Israelite, not an African American. This is the month where you learn you're a Hebrew, not a color. This is the month where you know that you from the tribe of Judah, not a black person, not a Puerto Rican person who's from the tribe of Ephraim, not a Mexican person who's from the tribe of Issachar. You see, we don't know who we are as the families of Israel, brothers and sisters, and that's real important. Remember, we was cut off. Our enemies did this. The enemies hated us, and they hated the God of Israel. They want to serve their Roman gods. They want to serve their Egyptian gods. They want to serve the Assyrian gods. They want to serve the Babylonian gods. And they want us to do so also. They don't want us serving the true and the living God, Yahweh. They don't want us to do that. Why? Jump over here to Psalms 81, verse 8 and 9. Because y'all don't know this. Remember, he's dealing with his people, who is Israel. He says, "Hear, O my people," see, Israel, "and I will testify unto you." Meaning I'm going to get up and testify. You know what testify is? Because they call people to come up before the judge to testify and raise their right hand and swear in and all this so that they telling the truth and that they ain't lying. They get up and give their testimony. Well, here my father say, "Hear, O Israel, my people, I will testify unto you, O Israel, if you will listen unto me. There shall no strange God be in you, neither shall you worship any strange God. I am the Lord Yahweh your God, which brought you up out of the land of Egypt or bondage. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people will not listen to my voice, and Israel will not listen to me. So I gave them up unto their own hearts, lust, and they walked in their own ways. Oh, that my people had listened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways, I should have soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord Yahweh should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of wheat, and with honey. Out of the rock should I have satisfied you." See, Yahweh said, y'all serving strange gods. You in all these different religions, brothers and sisters. Huh? He talking to you, his people, Israel. See, when you become a Muslim, you forget you Israel. You're Israelite. That your land is Israel, North Africa. You forget all that. When you become a Christian, you forget that you're Israelite. You from the land of Israel. See? They ain't teaching you that. They ain't teaching you what tribe you from. None of that matters anymore. Don't worry about that. When you get to heaven, none of that matters. See? Israel, wake up. All of a sudden, when it's time for you to wake up, none of this matter. Oh, that was just talking about. No, this talking about us in the now. Wake up now, Israel. So I gave them up to their own hearts. A lot of y'all doing your own heart. Following your own heart. You ain't following what this word say. These words were spoken before you even utter the word. Now you speaking your own words and doing your own things and making up your own laws and how you think it should go. So I gave them up to their own hearts. Lust. That's another thing. That's all you out there doing every day is lusting. Whether you lusting after women, whether you lusting after clothes, whether you lusting after cars, whether you lusting after female, whatever it is you lust, food, another man's woman, whatever your downfall is, Yahweh said he turned you over to it. And they walk in their own counsels. You know what counsels is? You listen to your own teachers, you listen to words from man. You ain't listening to words from the Creator. That ain't what you're doing. Yeah, I know it's tight, but it's right, brothers and sisters. Oh, my people. Put away your strange gods. He says, what did he say? Oh, my people, you want this? And they walk in their own counsels. Meaning you listen to your own words. You think you know better than what this book said. So, brothers and sisters, this is what we are going wrong. Do you know what the Bible say before you throw it away? Back in Hosea 4:1, it says, hear the words of the Lord Yahweh, you children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. You know what a controversy is? Yahweh got a controversy. I got a controversy. Me and my father are one. I have a controversy with y'all. Wake up. That's why it's a controversy between the conscious and the unconscious. The other one saying, man, wake up. The other one saying, no, man, I'm straight. You don't worry about it. I'm good. What is a controversy? Because the Bible says Yahweh has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. A controversy is a dispute. Yahweh said he got a dispute with the land. Why? Because it ain't no knowledge in the land. Y'all sleep in the land. He told me to come wake y'all up. A controversy is a debate. Y'all want to debate about this truth, huh? That's the controversy. Y'all ready to have a controversy, huh? Let's have this debate then. Y'all without law, you immoral, you without ethics, you without the moral code, you walking around in shame, you doing what you want to do. You ain't following this word say. You ain't following the true light. You around here following something else. So come on, let's debate. See? You can't debate this truth. You lawless. Huh? Contention. So when we're looking at the definition of controversy, controversy is dispute, debate, or contention. Disputation concerning a matter or opinion. See, I got a controversy with y'all. Because you think it's all about your opinion. See, you don't want to deal with Yahweh's facts. You want to enforce your opinion. And that's what we coming up with a debate. That's why it's always a debate. That's why it's always a controversy. That's why it's always a dispute. Because you want to dispute the truth. You want to have an opinion against a fact. Praise Yahweh. And it's causing contention, strife, or argument. See, Yahweh said he have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. He coming to argue with you. Straighten up, Judah. Why you don't know you Judah yet? Why you don't know where you from yet? Why you don't know that this Bible is talking about you? That you are the children of Israel. You came from North Africa. You came from the northern kingdom. Why you don't know that? Why you don't know that your names were changed? Why you don't know you have slave last names? Like as Mr. Johnson, Mr. Smith, Mr. Green, Mr. Black. Those last names. Those names came from plantations. See, Why don't you know all these things, brothers and sisters? It's in your book. Yahweh got a controversy with you about that. That's why he said he gonna forget you. He gonna reject you. He gonna forget because you reject his knowledge. You don't want this knowledge. He gonna reject you and your children concerning a matter or opinion. So, a disagreement, an argument. Yahweh say he got an argument with the inhabitants of the land. Why? Why is that? For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land because there is no truth. For one, it ain't no truth in the land. That's why he want to argue with you. Why ain't y'all speaking truth out there? Why ain't y'all bringing forth this truth? Huh? Why y'all rejecting his knowledge? Nor mercy. You ain't got mercy, huh? Why you don't have mercy for your brother or your sister? Why your heart so hard? It ain't no truth in the earth. It ain't no more mercy. Everybody just on bloodshed. Everybody just so rough and tough. Got their chest poked out. There's no mercy in the land. What else? Nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. See, it ain't no knowledge of God. See, y'all got all this knowledge out there. Man, I got knowledge, man. This dude got what's his knowledge concerned of? Anybody can have knowledge of something, but do they have moral knowledge? Do they have righteous knowledge? Do they know how to love their neighbor? Do they know how to not cheat on their wife? Do they know how to plant? Do they know how to vegetate? Do they know what to eat and what not to eat? Do they know the biblical code and laws of this book? A wicked man can have knowledge. You see? Come on now, brothers and sisters. Wake up. He says by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out in bloodshed touches bloodshed. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwell therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Stop right there. Y'all would say by swearing, by lying, and by killing and stealing and committing adultery, they breaking out in war and bloodshed, touching. They're just a mess down there. Therefore shall the land mourn. That's why the land mourning right now. That's why the land and the earth is in a bad condition right now. Because all of this going on. It ain't no knowledge of Yahweh in the land. That's the point blank. Yahweh want to be known. He want his knowledge to be known. He spoke and uttered the word from the beginning, and that's what the thing shall be. That's what the thing is. Praise Yahweh. So I just thought I'll hit on that. Praise Yahweh. It's just so much to say. Why? Because Yahweh lets you clearly know. He says, open your mouth and I'll fill it. Open your mouth and I'm going to fill it. That's clearly what he said. So, let us go to the book of Psalms. Do you know what's in this Bible? Praise Yahweh. Because a lot of my people have lost their way, brothers and sisters. And I feel so bad for them. To turn your foot away from the truth after hearing the truth and coming into the light, and then you turn around and go right back in the darkness. End up worse than what you were. Psalm 74. Now let's see what Psalm 74 has to say. Read. O Yahweh, why hast you cast us off? forever? Why do thine anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? He said, Yahweh, why have you cast us out forever? We supposed to be your chosen people. But look at what we're going through down here. Why do your anger smoke against the sheep of your pastor? See, he called us the sheep of his pastor. That's why Yahshua Jesus said, I come but nothing for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He says, verse 2, remember thy congregation which you hast purchased of old, the rod of your inheritance, which you hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, where you hast dwelt. And the people of Israel is where Yahweh dwelt. He dwelt in us. He walked among us. We was his chosen vessel that he walked in and subdued nations with. He said, lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy have done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thine enemies threaten in the midst of the congregations. They set up their ensigns for signs. A man was famous according to as he had lifted up the axe of the thick trees, but now they break down the carved work thereof at once with axes and hammers. They have cast fire into thy temples. They have defiled by casting down the ground to the ground. Stop right there. He said, man, they have set our places of worship on fire. They have defiled them by casting the dwelling places of your name to the ground. The places where we dwelt to worship Yahweh, they burnt these places down. Go do your history. In 70 AD, they came in and conquered Jerusalem. Took over the temple. Took a pig and put it in on the altar, the place where we worship at. They took a pork, a pig, and put it on the altar and sacrificed it unto their gods and forced us to eat this pig. That's right, brothers and sisters. And it tells you in Leviticus, do not touch the swine. Do not touch the pig. It's an unclean thing for you. And one of the reasons it was unclean for us is because Yahweh told us it's a filthy animal. It'll eat itself if you let it. It eat the feces, it eat doo-doo, it eat bugs, it eat all the waste and toxins on the farm and on the ground. And then you put all those toxins and chemicals in your body. It's unclean for you. Ain't nothing wrong with the pig now. That's part of my Father's creation. He created the pig to do just what he do. Remember, you follow the own actions of your own heart. Yahweh tell you not to eat it, you're going to do what you want to do anyway and do it, because I just read it to you. He turned you over to your lust. You lusting after that pork chop. You lusting after them chitlins. You lusting after that rib sandwich. When you know it, that's why you got headaches. That's why you gaining weight. That's why your skin breaking out and rashes, and you got numb and tingling through your body and catching ulcers and all these different things that come with eating that animal. But I ain't going to focus on that too long. Brothers and sisters, they erected this pig and put it in the altar in the temple and forced all those who would not eat this sacrifice, they would kill him. Go do your research. It's in the book of Maccabees. Pull it up on, Google it up. It's in the book of Daniel. So, I thought I'd just let you know that, brothers and sisters. These people put fire to our temples, our places of worship. They're still doing it today. We just recently had this one guy go in and kill all these people in the church. They've been doing it all through since we've been here. Setting fire to the churches, burning crosses in front of your yards, doing all these things here. They say they cast fire into the sanctuary or into the temple. They have defiled it by casting down the dwelling place of thy name to the ground. The places where Yahweh's name was, they wanted to make sure they burnt it down to the ground. They don't even want this name being taught in the temples around the countries. Praise Yahweh. They said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. They have burned up all the synagogues or the temples of Yahweh in the land. We see not our signs. See? He's saying, look, they said in their hearts, man, let us destroy them together. They want to burn down the places of our worship and burn us up together. Let's burn them and their God up together. They have burned up all the synagogues or temples in the land. And he says, we see not our signs. We don't see our signs. We don't understand the signs of the times, brothers and sisters. Do you understand the signs of the times? Because this book is full of the signs of the time. The prophets spoke of the signs of the times. The man you call Jesus Yahshua told you in Matthew chapter 24 about the signs in the times. And then he also turned around and said, a wicked and perverse generation, you seek a sign. You looking for a sign, but you only getting one sign. And that sign is the sign of the prophet Jonah when he come telling you to repent. And that's what I'm out here doing. Do you know what the book say before you throw it away? Because to throw the book away is to throw life away. Praise Yahweh. That's what you're saying. You're throwing life away. Because this is the book of life. Praise Yahweh. I got some brothers
Shalom
out there that just
Alaikum.
threw it away.
Stretch Armstrong,
Went back to the word.
44.
Went back
Peace
to the
and
street.
blessings.
Went to try something else different. But they'll be back if they make it back. You see? For had they known what time the master will come, it's coming, they'll be staying home. But no man know the day or hour when the master come. When he coming for you. You gonna be what you gonna be doing? Where you gonna be at? Is you gonna be sleeping around with another man's wife? Huh? Is you gonna be calling on another God's name? Is you gonna be eating what you want to? Is you gonna be robbing, stealing, killing, looting, polluting in the earth? Huh? What are you gonna be doing? Because you're running out of time, because the kingdom of Yahweh is at hand. It's right now. It's active. It's taking place. You can't see it. That's why the earth is going through the birth pains that it is going through. Because it's bringing forth a child, a people. It's bringing forth the kings of the earth, who's waking up out of the earth, out of the dust of the ground, who's coming back into consciousness, who's coming back into reality. That's what truth is. Truth is reality. You shall know the reality. You shall know the truth. They say, we see not our signs. There is no more any prophets. That's another thing. Y'all don't see the signs. He says, there is no more any prophets. Neither is there among us any that know of how long. That's all I got to say. Where's y'all people that can tell us how long? Where's your books that tell us how long? Where are your prophets? Where are your leaders that's telling us how long? Because none of y'all got the answer. Because remember, the books were sealed. The books were closed. Now they're open. And the prophets of Yahweh, the prophets of old, the prophets of this book, they have spoken about these times and what we need to be looking for and what we need to be doing in these times. But if you sleep, the Bible says, let the blind lead the blind, because both of you going to fall in the ditch. You following people that's blind. They don't know where they're going. They don't have the light. The Bible says your word is like a lamp unto my feet. So if the word is like a lamp and you don't have the word, that means you don't have the lamp. You don't have the light to see out of darkness, this dark world, where you're going, how to move in it. You see, brothers and sisters, a lot of people run their mouth concerning this book, but they don't understand it. And blessed are all those who do understand this book, all those who have been studying, or who has been sharpening their sword, and who has been coming to the knowledge of truth and consciousness of who we are and what we're supposed to be doing and what our job duties are here in this earth and our purpose in time for this hour. On the other hand, they say, we see not our signs. There are no more any prophets. Neither is there among us any that knoweth. Why? Because we living in a day and time where nobody understands. You have been desensitized. You've been purposely put to sleep with Jerry Springer. You have been desensitized with Jerry Springer, with Steve Harvey, on the Family Feud show. Y'all got a program set up. You get off work, you come home, you want to get caught up on all your little TV shows that you missed while you was at work or gone. You neglect to sit down and read your word and to hear from your Father. You want to pray all day, which is good, but you got to study. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, study to show yourself approved. And pray too now. Don't stop doing that, but you have to study. Praise Yahweh. So, you got Jerry Springer desensitizing the people with all this immorality, with this unethical code publicly on live TV. You got women coming in there that were sleeping with their sister's husband. Praise Yahweh. That's what you got. You got women that were sleeping with their husband's brother. And vice versa. Sleeping with the mama and the daddy. You see? And they laughing on public TV about this. Like it's cool, like it's great. When we should be judging and speaking out against these immoral acts. These are things that cause us to fall as a people, as a nation. One generation cometh and another one come after it. And it's up to a generation to get it right. Praise Yahweh that he started that process in my generation, in my lifetime. He's breaking the curses right now, brothers and sisters. My son don't have to say a joke like I followed my daddy's footsteps. I was wrong at my mom done raised me eating pork, knowing the Bible say that. They want to make it, what, you a Muslim? No, I ain't no Muslim. This is a law. This is a code. This is a principle. And I don't care what religion it is. If you teaching good, your religion should know that you ain't supposed to be eating swine. It's unclean. Your doctor know this. And you ain't going to your doctors for a religious encounter. And he could tell you that pork is unhealthy for you. But you're going to eat it anyway. But go ahead. Yahweh is raising up his prophets, his shepherds here in these last days. Verse 10. O God, how long shall the adversary belittle us for our weakness? That's the translation. Or reproach us. But the translation is belittle us for our weakness. They've been belittling us. People belittle you when you don't know where you come from. When you don't have a heritage. When you don't have a language. When you don't have a culture. When you don't have moral ethics about yourself. Praise Yahweh. They belittle you. They think they better than you. First of all, they know they better than you because you are without law. You without dignity. You walking around here in shame. Hanging around these stores. Waiting on the car to pull up. You already know what I'm talking about. I don't have to go into all of that. Everywhere you go, everything you do is shameful. I'm talking to my people. Everywhere you go, this is who God was talking to. It's a group of people in the earth who don't know their Israel, who lost their language, who lost their heritage, who lost their culture. And this who we are seeking, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's who we looking for. O Yahweh, how long shall the adversary belittle us for our weakness? Shall the enemy blaspheme thy name forever? Shall the enemy blaspheme Yahweh's name forever? Look at them. They God ain't, man. They who their God is, man. We just give them Buddha, give them Allah, give them all these gods. Don't tell them who their God is. Let them sin against their God. Because if they know what their God required of them, if they was awakened out of their sleep, we do a good job to keep them asleep. So they don't know nothing about their God. We got them over here practicing yoga or something. That's attached to a God. You see, what is your culture? Where you from? What was you doing? Because the Bible says there ain't nothing new under the sun. Verse 11 says, why withdrawest you your hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom. For Yahweh is my king of old, working salvation in the middle of the earth. Yahweh is the king of old, from the beginning of time. Yahweh was way back in Egypt. His name was erected in Egypt. Joseph set up a temple in Egypt to the name of Yahweh. Enoch them praised Yahweh. Abraham praised Yahweh. See, this God, Yahweh of old. Yahweh destroyed all the Egyptian gods, all the Pharaoh gods, all the Hindu gods. They ain't nothing but statues. Yahweh is the true and the living God. He walks with man. He talks with man. He lives in man. And anybody that deny that he came down and dwelt in our flesh is the Antichrist, is the anti-Yahweh. He is anti of this word. Praise Yahweh. You didst divide the sea by the strength. You broke the heads of the dragons of the waters, or the crocodiles. You breakest the heads of the breakest. You break the head of Leviathan in pieces and gave him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. You did cleave the fountains and the floods. You dried up the mighty rivers. The day is yours. The night also is yours. You hast prepared the light and the sun. You hast set all the borders of the earth. You hast made summer and winter. Remember this, that the enemy have reproached, O Yahweh, and that the foolish people have blasphemed me thy name. Blasphemed me thy name. What is his name? Yahweh. What y'all call him? You see, y'all don't blaspheme his name so much it don't matter what y'all call him. It's a joke to you now. Well, guess what? The joke is on you this time, because Yahweh is here. His sons and daughters is here. He has awakened us from the grave. We live and in living color right in your face, walking up and down the streets, waiting on you to wake up, if you ever wake up. Praise Yahweh. Oh, deliver not thy soul of thy host unto the multitude of the wicked. Forget not the congregation of the poor forever. Have respect unto the covenant, for the dark places of the earth are full of the inhabitants of cruelty. I repeat, have respect unto the covenant. Y'all need to have respect unto the covenant of our Father Yahweh, the covenant that he made with your forefathers, our forefathers. A covenant is an agreement. It's a promise. If your ancestors do this for me, I will do this for them. I will always do this for them. I will bring them back into the land that they was driven out of. I will give them back their names. I will give them back their heritage. Huh? I will make them a great people once again. Huh? Only if you keep my laws, my statutes, my judgments, and commandments. Praise Yahweh. Only if you do that for me. Have respect. A lot of people don't got respect of the covenant or the agreement. Yahweh say, blessed is the man that follow and do these things, and cursed is the man that don't. So if you don't got respect to the covenant, you're gonna share the curses of the covenant. If you walk in the covenant, you will share the blessings of the covenant. Yahweh say he set before you blessings and curses this day. Praise Yahweh. Have respect unto the covenant, for the dark places of the earth are full of the inhabitants of cruelty. Oh, let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. See, the poor and the needy need to be praising this name, Yahweh. If you poor and you needy, y'all better start praising Yahweh, the God of Israel. The man you call Jesus, his father's name was Yahweh. He said, I come in my Father's name. John 5:43. That was the name that he came in. Oh, let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and the needy praise thy name. Arise, O Yahweh, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man belittles you daily. See, the foolish, you hear this? Yahweh, you hear this? Remember how the foolish man Because there's a lot of foolish men walking around out here in the world today who belittle you, who belittle your chosen ones. Oh man, y'all ain't who y'all say y'all is. Y'all ain't, we ain't that, we ain't this. His name is Yahweh. That ain't what it means. That ain't what it says. See? Arise, O Yahweh. Plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man belittles you daily. Forget not the voice of your enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against you increase continually. Man, there's so many people rising up against the name Yahweh, rising up against the children of Israel, rising up against the Bible, rising up against the truth daily. Yahweh ain't gonna forget you. That's why your countries and your nations are suffering from plagues, earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, disruption in the government. Your fish is washing up on the sea. Your birds dropping out of the air. Huh? You got a pedophilia problem. You got a homosexual problem in your government. Your government look like the Sodom and Gomorrah. Your cities are turned into Sodom and Gomorrah. You see? Yahweh gonna remember his enemies. So, y'all need to remember, brothers and sisters, this is no joke. Do you know what the Bible say before you really throw it away? And remember what I was telling you about those 12 tribes of Israel, right? Because you can go find that in the book of Genesis. Right at the very beginning, it's a prophecy concerning Israel, Jacob's son, who came out of North Africa, which is called Mitzrayim in the Hebrew tongue, or Memphis, or the Black Land. Ethiopia stands for burnt-faced people, or black-faced people. See, this is the Black Land. This book is dealing with a black people. The whole book. This what's been kept a secret from y'all. This why you ain't know none of this stuff. Brothers and sisters. Do you know what the Bible say? Because we are from the tribe of Judah, brothers and sisters. The book tells you that the Messiah, or the one who came for Israel, Israel's Savior, he was from the tribe of Judah. And we have found out that Judah is black unto the ground. Their tribe is a tribe of black people who Yahweh, the God of Israel, who he have chosen to be his lawgivers. Judah is symbolized as a lion. That's his emblem. He's a lion. He's the lion of the tribe of Judah. He's a fearless king. When he roars, the jungle better be silent. Praise Yahweh. And that's what we're going to do to the world, brothers and sisters. Yahweh has woken us up as the lion of the tribe of Judah. And we're going to put the world in silence. Yes, we are. Because the truth is here. The spirit that was on the Messiah 1900 years ago, that same spirit is on us. That's why we're alive today. That's why we're speaking his message today. The good news. This is the good news. This is the gospel. The truth that will make you free. Praise Yahweh. And he said he came in his father's name, but nobody wanted to receive him. His father's name is Yahweh. Yes, it is. Before we move on, let's go prove that. Let us go to the book of John. It's going to be over here in the New Testament. John 5:43. And let us see from his own words, the Messiah. The Messiah. way. Let's see what he has to say. I know a lot of y'all want to know what book you reading out of. Man, I'm coming out of the King James Bible. Let's not make this so hard. This is simple. It's that same book that's been on your grandma's shelf. That's been on the dashboard in your car, on the back dashboard in the car, under the seat, on the shelf in the closet, on the church shelf, in the courthouses, in the White House. It's the same book. It's time for y'all been asleep. So if you sleep, it's impossible for you to know what this book say. Now, as you wake up, or as you awaken through your awakening, you begin to see easily what's going on here, brothers and sisters. Now is the time. Praise Yahweh. Let us go to John 5:43. Because a lot of my brothers, they don't have no idea. John 43, what's that? I don't know nothing about no Bible. But you know about that PlayStation, that Xbox. You know about TurboTax. You know about all this other stuff, but you don't know about this? Wow. See, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Remember we read that? That's why you perishing now, because you reject this knowledge. The knowledge that you're supposed to know, you don't have. John 5:43. Let's see what that say, because I ain't making none of this up. Let's start from 5:42. Read. But I know you. I understand you, that you have not the love of God, Yahweh, in you. I know you. That's why you the way you are. That's why you don't understand is because you don't have the love of God in you. Period. Point blank, he says. He said, I am come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. Y'all don't want to accept none of the men that come in Yahweh's name for some reason. They ain't want to accept him 1900 years ago. And y'all don't want to accept it today because you caught up in all your religions and what you've been taught. And he told you should know the truth. And when you find this truth out, it's going to set you free from the lie of the religion that you've been caught up in. But I know you. You have not the love of God in you. He said they worship me. They honor me with their heart. They honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. All this lip service about God. But when it's time to do the true work, it's far from you. You don't want nothing to do with it. He said, I come in my Father's name. Stop right there, comma. Who is his father? What was his father's name? What is his name that he came in? That's the question. Because here it is. This is the Messiah. This is the same man that y'all call Jesus through his Greek name, through his slave name. His real name was Yahshua. The same way they changed our names over here, the same way they changed his name. That's why he said, change not. Don't change nothing in this book or add anything to it. His real name was Yahshua, and Yahshua means Yahweh is salvation. That's why he said, I'm coming in my Father's name, because my Father is the salvation. See? Point blank. He keep talking about his Father. You see? Y'all so caught up on the messenger and everything else, but y'all realize to not yet know his Father, your Father. The God that spoke from the beginning. He said, I am the beginning and the end. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the one that spoke in Genesis, the one that said, in the beginning, God, Yahweh, created the heavens and the earth. This God had a name. It was Yahweh. This I am had a name. It was Yahweh. He said, I am Yahweh. I am who I am. That's me, Yahweh, your Father. Praise Yahweh. I get so excited about this word because it's so refreshing and so enlightening and so particular and unusual. See? Praise Yahweh. So, I come in my Father's name as he came in his Father's name. Our Father's name is Yahweh. See? Let us get a little information on this thing, because see, He was doing something back in his day and time that will be evident to us in our day and time and our work as the servants of Yahweh. When we go out as the resurrected son of Yahweh to do his work like Yahweh Ben Yahweh did when he came to Miami, Florida in 1979 to establish the theocratic kingdom of Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. And he keep talking about his father Yahweh, brothers and sisters. But you so stuck on him, he keep pointing you to Yahweh. And the churches have been robbing you because he's trying to bring us back into a relationship with our Father so we can be all one together. Praise Yahweh. Do you know what the Bible say before you put it away? Back to John 5:43. I am come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. You don't want to receive me because I'm coming in his name. I'm talking about him. I'm showing you about what he showed me. You want to talk about what some other man named who came doing something else. You'll go for all that. But when I come telling you the knowledge of Yahweh, about what you need to know about the knowledge of your father and your forefathers, you all over here on something else. That's all right, though, because my sheep know my voice, he says. If you don't know this voice, if this don't pertain to you, okay, this ain't for you. Finish doing you. Because after all, my father Yahweh says, he already gave you over to the dictates of your own heart. So it's already all about you. You doing what you want to do as I speak right now. And guess what? I'm doing what my father Yahweh want me to do right now. I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm doing his will. Praise Yahweh. Me and my father are one. This ain't like the church thing. Because see, the word of God don't care who run off. It don't have no respect of person. It don't pick and choose who it want to hear this. You see? He said, my words goes out and accomplish whatever I send it out to accomplish. It don't come back to me void. It's going to accomplish what I send it out to do. So whatever ear that needs to hear it, it's going to hear it. Whatever heart it needs to penetrate, it's going to penetrate it. Whatever ear it needs to open, it's going to open. Whatever eye it needs to open to see, it's going to see. Praise Yahweh. This is the word that opened up the eyes of the blind. This is the word that opened up the ears of the deaf. This is the word that opened up the mouth of the dumb man who can't speak, who around here talking that gibberish talk. See? Praise Yahweh. But because I come in my Father's name, you receive me not. Let's go look, get a little information and look at the relationship between him and the Father. Remember, Father is just a title. And that's what they did to remove who his father was. His father is Yahweh. That's who his father is. That's the Father of the Bible. You know when you say hallelujah, they say hallelujah is the highest praise you can get. Well, hallelujah just so-called having to be a Hebrew word. Hallelujah. To praise Yahweh. That's what hallelujah means, to praise. Yah is the abbreviation for Yahweh. So hallelujah. Wait. So all this long time you've been saying praise Yahweh in Hebrew and didn't even know it. Well, now today you know it. Now today you know his father's name is Yahweh. But Yahshua, Jesus, answered them, my father worked here and I work. We finna look here in, we still in the book of John. John chapter 5, verse 17. No, verse 19. Then answered him, Joshua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father Yahweh do. For what things soever he doeth, these things doeth the Son likewise. For the Father Yahweh loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself do. And he will show him greater works than these, that you may marvel. Praise Yahweh. That you may be surprised when you see. For as the Father Yahweh raised up the dead and quicketh them, or gives back them life to them, even so the Son Yahweh quicken whom he will. See? He giving us the same power to go quicken who he will. That all men shall honor the Son, even as they honor the Father Yahweh. He that honoreth not the Son of Yahweh, honoreth not the Father Yahweh, which have sent him. So if y'all don't want to honor the Son, or the one who Yahweh sent to you, you ain't honoring the Father. And the Father is Yahweh. You can't honor the other one without the other one. If you don't like me, you don't like my daddy. If you like my daddy, you like me. You see, you cool with me. Okay? Let us go to John chapter 12. I want you to take a look at something, then we're going to move on. Because these are the words of the Messiah 1900 years ago. He was so sharp, and they couldn't deal with it. The same way y'all can't deal with us now here in these last days. Yahweh raising us up. He done put this spirit on us. He done put the truth in us. He done put the word in us. He done put the great light in us. Now it's time to shine. Let us go to John chapter 10, verse 25. And the Son Yahweh Yahshua answered them, saying, I told you, and you believe me not. The works that I do in my Father's name, or in my Father's authority, my Father Yahweh's name, and my Father Yahweh's authority, they bear witness of me. But you believe not, because you are not of my sheep, as I have said unto you. And that's what I'm saying to you today. Y'all believe not. Y'all don't believe in this word. Y'all don't believe in the truth. The works that I do, that I'm out here doing right now in my Father Yahweh's name, say I'm doing the same thing that the man 1900 years ago was doing. I'm coming in the name of the Father. I'm going around the cities. I'm being a servant. That's all I am, a servant, a son of the Most High. See, I told you, and you believe me not. The works that I do in my Father's name, see, I'm doing it in the name. I'm doing it in his authority. They bear witness of me. But you believe me not, because you are not of my sheep, as I have said. See, you ain't got nothing to do with this. You don't believe in this truth. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. See, if you believed in the truth, and you knew who the Father Yahweh was, and you knew what his Son was sent here to do, and what his mission was, you will be hearing this voice, because this voice is his voice. And he said, and I know them, and they follow me, and you will be following his truth, not your religion. Because remember, he didn't preach or teach religion. He brought the truth. So if you bring in truth and following his truth, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Y'all ain't going to be able to pluck us out of his hand, or pluck us out of this truth, or pluck us out of his covenant, or take us out of his word. See? Why? Because my Father Yahweh have given them to me, and he is greater than all. And no man is able to pluck them out of my Father Yahweh's hand. Y'all can't get us out of Yahweh's hand. The devil done came with all kind of powers and all kind of might to keep us asleep. He done gave us all kind of gods to worship, to keep us away from the true and the living God. But when you wake up and know who the God of Israel is, when you wake up and know who you are and know thyself, and know what this book is actually saying and who it's talking to, then you gotta fight. Now you can fight. But until then, you're gonna continue to get beat up. You're gonna continue to get plucked out of the hand But now that we are awake and we are back in the hand of our Father, you can't pluck us out. Why? Because my Father Yahweh, which gave them to me, is greater than all. He greater than all y'all. And no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father Yahweh are one. See, we one. That's why you can't divide us. Because we one. You can't divide one, but you can divide 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. See, brothers and sisters? And so on and so forth. But you can't divide one. That's why me and my Father are one. You can't divide us. All of us are one. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. And he answered them and said, many good works have I showed you from my Father Yahweh. For which of these works do you wish to stone me? Now I'm out here doing all these works, he says. I'm doing good works. I'm healing the sick. I'm opening the eyes of the blind. I'm feeding the poor. I'm feeding the hungry. I'm feeding the hungry. I'm clothing the poor. I'm doing all these good works. Which one of these works y'all want to kill me for? Because I ain't do nothing wrong. So, I ain't out here selling drugs. I ain't out here looking for your girl. I ain't out here waiting on you to go to work so I can go in your back door. I ain't out here trying to sell your mama or your daddy no crack cocaine or whatever drug they prefer. Huh? I ain't out here trying to dice you down on the dice game to take your rent money, knowing you're going to need it. That's going to put pressure on you. You're going to have to go hustle a little harder now. You just lost all your money on the dice game at the tunk table. Gambling. I ain't out here to do that, brother. I'm here to add unto you. I'm here to bring unto you. I'm not here to take away from you. If anything, I'm here to take away your wickedness. That's all I want to do. Why? Because I know when we become one and one like-minded and conscious all together in our community, the enemy lose. He going to be out of a job. He going to be unemployed. We are the new police officers of our community. I ain't saying that we police. I'm just using their term, meaning we are the ones that's supposed to be chaperoning our communities, making sure everybody being treated equally and fairly. We don't need nobody to come in here and police our neighborhoods. We can do that together. We can govern ourselves together. But you got too much black on black crime. You don't know you Israel. You don't know that you Judah. You don't know that you this lawgiver. It's time for you to know. Praise Yahweh. Wake up, brothers and sisters. So, I need you to turn with me to John chapter 'Wait a minute. Let us go to chapter 17. John 17. Yeah, John chapter 16. I'm sorry. Because y'all act like y'all still can't understand this. And I understand why. Because the Bible has been hidden from your point of view, from your understanding. It's been sealed up. You done had these gatekeepers who are your modern day teachers and preachers and bishops and deacons. They have been standing at the gate, blocking you from coming in and entering in to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They have been blocking you from becoming conscious, teaching you this Bible in a way where you would really not understand, where you would really be confused. And it's so confusing when you don't know that you Israel and that's all you reading about all your life. You reading about the tribe of Judah and you don't know that's you all your life. You don't know that you the tribe of Ephraim. You don't know you this tribe Benjamin. You don't know that these people were the Edomites who were your enemies. You don't know none of this. You just reading a little story. You a Christian now. None of that matters. You a child of God in Christ now. That's all that matters. But this book is telling you who you were. And if you were these people, that means you still is these people. A German Shepherd don't stop being a German Shepherd. His bloodline live on. When was the first German Shepherd created? Well, the bloodline of German Shepherds is still living on, brothers and sisters. And all I'm saying today is the 12 tribes of Israel is still living on here today. Where are you? Do you know what the Bible say, brothers and sisters, before you throw it away? John chapter 16, verse 25. These things have I spoken unto you in Proverbs, but the time come when I shall no more speak unto you in Proverbs, but I shall show you plainly of the Father. Stop right there. See, now is the time. I'm going to show you plainly of the Father. Guess who the Father is? Guess what his name is? His name is Yahweh. And he chose us as his own special people. I'm going to show you plainly. It's plain to see. Go Google it up. Now, Satan and his angels are still trying to keep the name hidden. The truth is here, but they got to throw in confusion with it. Oh, his name Jehovah too. You could call him Jehovah. You could call him Almighty. You could call him Emmanuel. He got many names. It don't matter. It does matter. Because in your Bible, and in most translations, at the very introduction of most of some Bibles, if you read through them and all that at the beginning, it tells you anywhere where you see the word, if you look at most of these King James Version Bibles, or if you just do a search on Google, they have translated the word everywhere when you see in your Bibles, Lord and God there, and all bold capital letters. They have translated the name Lord and God for the name YHWH, which was translated as Yahweh. Everywhere where you see Lord and God and all capital bold letters, Yahweh name supposed to be there. Everywhere where it say, and they called upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh name was there. It say, and they called upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh. Bye. Love you too. They called upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh. Yeah, brothers and sisters. Yahweh. So, we need to be asking ourselves this. He did a lot of things in his Father's name. Yes, he did. Let us go to, like I say, Matthew 17. Yeah, he said he want to show you plainly. I show you plainly of the Father, Yahweh.